Australia says it's trying to restore order at the Christmas Island Immigration Detention Centre. One Australian politician says the facility is in meltdown. She says employees of Serco, the company that manages the facility, have abandoned their posts.
The situation inside the Christmas Island Detention Centre now is very tense, and there are no guards inside the facilities.
Sources inside the facility say the violence began over the weekend after the death of an Iranian Kurdish refugee who tried to escape. The detainee in his 30s had sought refuge in Australia but was jailed instead. His body was found at the bottom of a cliff.
We also know that he was suffering from very severe psychological and physical harm due to not only the traumatic circumstances which he fled from as a Faili Kurd who'd been in Iran, but also due to his treatment in Australia being in prolonged detention, which caused him severe harm and also at times left him suicidal.
Detainee rights groups accused the Australian government of cruel and inhumane treatment at Christmas Island. Now there's concern that the treatment of people seeking refuge in Australia will get even worse.
Now these are people who theoretically are staying on Christmas Island, choosing not to come back to New Zealand because we know under the advice we've had from the Australian government they could do that. Now the risk is that they actually damage their own appeals because they undertake other criminal activity when they're there.
Some Australian politicians say there's a crisis at Australia's immigration detention centres. They say it's time for the government to start being upfront about the conditions at these facilities.
For us at the moment, the priority is to make sure that we can restore order within the centre, and the people on the ground are undertaking those activities.
Australia says although it takes a tough stance on asylum seekers, it tries to meet international standards when it comes to looking after them. Chaderjian, Al Jazeera.